The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is in the house with us this morning.
And here we are. It's Friday Eve, so hang in there. Tomorrow we'll be here.
I want y'all to know that Odie took the time out to fix that clock that's been wrong for quite some weeks now.
Ever since the time change.
Whoops.
It was right twice a year, regardless.
I got off this morning, and everything that I've done, I was running behind. I was trying to get it done because I have timelines. And I was way off. And
You were using that clock.
That's what it was. And I just hadn't got all my ducks back in a row yet. I'm trying to get there. Let's talk some serious stuff first as we get out of this. As you're joining us from home, no matter whether you're watching us here on Facebook, on YouTube, you can interact with us. Send us a message. We'll be glad to talk back and forth with you. But a serious matter that is coming up, and let's pull this up and let's use what the National Weather Service has first, and then we'll go to live radar to take a look at what we have here as storms that are approaching the area. Now, this is going to be some of the most serious weather that we've had in quite some time, Odie.
Yeah, this is turning out to be something that we really want to look at. We don't want to be complacent as this storm develops. They're moving us continuously into a more worse situation. We're enhanced now. So, guys, go ahead and start taking heed now. Let's make your plan. Get ready to put your plan in action to stay safe as tomorrow night gets closer to us.
And as you bring up the enhanced, let's look at this level. We have a level 1, 2, 3, and a 4. The Meridian area is a level 3, but not far from here is a level 4, which means conditions are even worse. Now, there's a possibility of some very, very strong tornadoes, and then followed by that, in the Jackson area, it's a 4. Can this shift east? It certainly can. Now, the scary part about all of this, and I use the word scary loosely, maybe the term I don't like it is better. Midnight, 11 p.m. is when this will begin tomorrow night till 4 a.m. And it's that thing of, well, I like to see what's coming to get me.
Yeah, and, even if we're not in level 4, if a tornado develops out to our west, that does not mean that just because we're outside that number 4 range that we will not get it. We're still being told that we could expect strong tornadoes in our area now. So we're definitely not in a time to be complacent. It is time to prepare, get ready, plan for the worst, hope for the best, and that's the way we need to look at not just this storm, but every storm as it comes in our area.
Let's pull up live radar and let you see where it is at this point. And again, we always expect this, especially within a 24-hour period, for these lines to move just a little bit. And Odie, here we go as we pull up Meridian Honda radar. What we've got here in Meridian, only in the southeast district right now, out at Wynot, Ricky Bobby's little place out there, is not a level 3, but the rest of Lauderdale County is. Most of Clark County is a level 2, but you've got that level 3 going through Enterprise and those areas there at Long Fish Camp. As we come back across, we get right up here to Carthage. There is the line through Kosciuszko that is a level 3 back down to Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to put this over at Richland, Brandon, before you get to Pelahatchie. All of that is that level 4. Serious weather. Now, this stretches all the way back into Louisiana, back over to Ruston, Louisiana, in that area. It will go north into Arkansas, as you'll see here, the big picture of what we've got. Mississippi, right smack dab in it. You'll start to see the storm chasers arrive and enter the neighborhoods before long.
Yeah, they'll start coming around, and you'll see them out in the roads, and let them do the chasing. We do not want anybody that's going out doing chasing. If you want to do storm spotters, get with us, and we can teach you how to do that. But storm chasers, that's very dangerous. You really have to know what you're looking at. So let them do that, and we don't want anybody to get out and get hurt.
There was a lot of people that wanting to go down to Richie's when you said chasing. And Richie's is no longer Mr. B's. All gone.
All gone.
It's, as I said that jokingly, I was sitting here thinking, there's really not a Hojo's. There's not a, they're all gone.
Yeah, Papa Top. Is Papa Top still there?
It's still open.
Okay, Papa Top.
It's not a per se place like everybody used to say, hey, come on down to Hojo's, we'll be there.
or you're going to meet somebody down there.
But it was Richie's back in the day, wasn't it?
Richie's, and
Yeah.
then you had Sugar Bears, and you had
That's a deer cleaning place. I hate
well,
to tell
it
you,
is
that's where you
now.
get your meat done. But
yeah, now it is.
that's what age does to you, folks. You go from hanging out at a honky tonk to hanging out at the deer processing right here.
Well, you know, at this age,
Seriously, I'd never heard of a
do it.
Sugar Bears. Where was it?
State Boulevard.
Well, there you go.
And then we had a few more. You had Reba's. That was a popular one. There was a few of them out there, but now, yeah, you're right. You know, Mississippi State was looking at building Mississippi State University, and they came through Meridian, Lauderdale County, and was looking at this area to build their university. And they said, nope, we're not going to do it.
Why-
When
why
they
was that?
asked why, they said, because there's a bar on every corner.
I thought you was going to say they went to Hojo's and never made it back to work.
They said, too many bars for a college town.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. You remember the doghouse?
Missed
The
that
White
one.
House that that sat kind of over there by the Harley Davidson shop.
Is that little building that if you open the door, you'd fall out in the street? Do you remember that one? It was right there where Harley Davidson was. It was a restaurant and a bar, and it was right there on the street. I can't remember the name of it. They
This
tore
is
it down
just
to
a
build
little old
Harley.
bitty bar. It was a biker bar.
So you're a biker too, huh?
No, I just knew where they hung out.
Okay. We're learning lots about Odie this morning.
Hey, I'm a knowledgeable. kind of
Knowledgeable.
fella.
He's got his
Smarter
heart.
than the average bear.
Hey, you joke about that. I got a call from him. He goes, "Hey, can you meet me down at the hotel for a meeting?" I did, and we were sitting there with the bikers. So don't act like you don't run with them.
That's
and
right.
they did do a good cause, y'all.
Man, I tell you, them guys got solid gold hearts.
Yes, they do.
And they are definitely out there for the public, and so good people.
Yeah, folks are bringing up John Wesley Hardens from back in the day in Marion, Mississippi.
Yeah, right there on 145 or Dale Drive, whatever they call it now.
How could I have forgotten about Bonnie and Clyde?
Bonnie and Clyde's. Golly.
How you pronounce this one?
Zippadelli's.
Where was that at?
Where was Zippadelli's?
I don't know, but I know where the White Castle was. I never went there, but I know where it was. I just kept right on going, just minding my own business in my own car. And I said, look at that, there's White Castle. I better go on.
I'm not the only one showing what I did when I was younger.
Skyview Lounge. Other place, that's being
Well,
brought
of
up. That
course.
was huge.
Golly.
Shucktown Checking In. Oh, I thought that was the name of a bar there for a moment. I said, well, I didn't know about that one. But the Virginia Court, that was popular back in the day. Boy, it's fun to reminisce of what used to be and what was around here in the Meridian area.
And what we don't have anymore.
Yeah, Richie's Disco. I forgot it being the disco part of that. But everybody come out of that really, really good. We've got a lot to discuss this morning as we change gears just a little bit here. Let's start out with some. You hate to even say this, but Odie, we got to address it as we address our first incident that we had yesterday. And let's pull this up. Let's go to County Road 492, just into Newton County, just west of Newton. As we pull this up this morning, our hearts, our prayers go out to a family of a 63-year-old female who lost her life in a single vehicle accident yesterday morning. They would get the call, the Mississippi Highway Patrol, right around 10:30. Now, we're not sure what caused the accident. It is still under investigation at this point. This young lady would lose her life in that accident. We cannot stress enough heartfelt condolences that this happened.
Yeah, sad situation, all the way around. And our roads they're narrow. They're not in the best shape. So you've got to take extra precaution while we are riding up and down the roads. And it's just sad when you get news like this and the families' lives have changed all in an instant.
Overall, the state of Mississippi, the number is somewhere around 6. Our immediate area is now 3, Odie. As we pull this up, if you thought yesterday morning was bad, it continually got worse yesterday as I would start getting text of what's happening on Highway 19. And I immediately picked up the phone and I called Eric Clark and I said, Eric, what can you tell me now? And he goes, brother, it's a bad wreck. He said, my officers are on scene, I'm en route, and this is what we know. This is the scene from a hill looking back. Now, this doesn't show anything bad. I don't want anybody to go, oh, this is just a distant view of the traffic that was stopped on Highway 19. This is near Besadia is where this is. County Road 488 is where this happened. I cannot tell you how many lives have been lost at this very spot. Yesterday afternoon, 2 more people would be added to this list, and I believe 2 were life flown out of there for health care reasons. We haven't, the names have not been released yet. Probably by now all have been contacted, but we're going to wait a little while on each of these cases of the 3 people before we release those names, because I want to make sure everybody knows before we go to putting that out.
Well, it's been in the works for a long time, and that 4-lane in all this entire area. They did part 1, which was from here all the way to House. And now I guess part 2 is coming from Philadelphia coming back. So this particular area where all these wrecks and everything has happened is not in that phase. So I guess that's going to be phase 3. But as far as I remember, all the money's there. They're still planning on it, and they're going to start working on this pretty soon. But hopefully getting the 4-lane put through there is going to really help that stretch of highway. It
would truly save lives for us to have this. I remember back on Highway 45 back in the day, north of Lauderdale, past Ralph's house, the wrecks that used to happen in those areas. And boy, it sure has changed since we got that 4-lane. Not to say that a wreck still can't happen, but it certainly helps out.
Yeah, because, it's kind of like if you went to Tupelo or if you were going down to the beach and you got behind a tractor hauling farm equipment, well, you were just there behind them along with 10 other people, and you did start taking chances trying to pass around. So hopefully these 4 lanes will be able to open that up and allow the traffic.
And one of the big things that happens on this is you get a straightaway and somebody jumps out to pass. Where there's a side road, somebody pulls up to it and they do like a rolling stop sometimes and don't look and pull out.
Yep.
And it goes bad from there.
No more of this while we're driving. Yeah. We're not looking in our mirrors. We're not paying attention to the other cars. And not saying that that's what happened here.
Yeah, we don't know.
All. This is a safety factor that you need to start paying attention to everything that goes on around you.
All right, we've got so much coming up. We got a bunch of guys that want to talk about this next.
Man,
anybody ever heard of Martin? We're going to discuss all of that next here as we begin our day.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April the 15th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and conveniently located at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show coming Saturday, April the 15th from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776. If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is the place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Browse around the gun accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. O's, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Already 14 minutes after 7 o'clock as we begin this day. Otis, you brought some friends with you today. You didn't just show up alone today.
Yeah, we're going to fill the studio this morning. And we constantly talk about our firefighters out there and the fire departments and asking for people to come and help out when they're asking. And so Rick and Matt from Martin is joined by the chief, and somehow the chief got stuck over here on the side, away from everything, and put Rick and Matt in front of the driver's seat. But so we got Martin Day coming up this Saturday, and so what can people look for, and what you got going on?
This Saturday is going to be our 36th annual Martin Day.
36 of them.
It's grown every year it's just surprising to the community. We usually wind up having a big turnout, neighbors coming, meeting everybody, reminiscing, catching up. But this year we're selling chicken plates, like always, barbecue or fried. We even have livers and gizzard plates.
Get out of here. Boy, you don't hear that often, do you?
Hey, we got it.
Ooh.
And
I'll eat the chicken.
yeah, I mean,
you don't like gizzard?
You have to taste test it all. So
well, if it's fried, it's really good.
Well, I can eat anything fried on a Ritz cracker.
There you go. All right, when vendors, we got people selling everything, any kind of items. We got 31 of them signed up right now.
Ooh.
So a lot of stuff for people to look at, not just the food, but there's a lot of
we got jumpy houses, car shows.
Yeah.
I mean, you just fun fellowship with friends and family.
Are y'all bringing back political wrestling this year?
Hey, there'll be some politicians there, I'm sure, trying to.
I think we could get a lot settled that way.
Yeah.
Well,
we need to talk a few of them into wrestling each other to see who's going to get that seat.
But yet we do have some of that being there. Won't politicians be up?
Oh yeah, they always come and shake hands and kiss babies, and y'all.
At least they're not shaking babies and kissing hands. I know we've got one politician up in Washington that might do that. But
yeah, we just try to make it a family event. I mean, we get there early. We've been working on the grounds all week, trying to get it ready and presentable. We just try to get there and let everybody have a good time. And come and just hang out. We'll have tables and chairs set up.
And if the kids want to see a fire truck, I'm sure you'll let them.
We'll walk them out there and
show them and
light it up.
That's right.
They seem to be more interested in the jumpy house, though. We'll have it set off to the side. So
the wives can go shopping, the kids can go jumping, and the men can go and look at all these old cars that y'all have got. And I know Matt's real big into these car shows and. Everything. So, and you were talking when we first got in here that y'all had a good little group of cars coming to see y'all. So, what can people expect?
From what's been talked on the phone and everything else, we're expecting probably close to 40 cars this year.
Whoa.
Trying to get together. We've got categories for top car truck, rat rod, race cars. Of course, we do a people's choice, a lady's choice, and a firefighter's choice. So. A little bit of something for everybody, hopefully. We've had some really cool cars in the past, so hoping that everybody will come back out and support us again this year.
Are y'all doing the fireman's calendar photo shoot at this one, or is that next week? I think y'all should. The guys of Martin.
That's right.
Al will be January.
Al Davis. They've already elected you to be January if you're watching this morning.
That's right. Go ahead and get your tanning on.
There you go. We're getting ready for this. It's going to be good there. Now, what time does everything begin?
Well, we'll get up there real early, but the events, the vendors and all that, they'll start setting up early and about 8 o'clock. Come on out 8 to 2 or 8 to whenever everybody's finished. We don't have a set time. Just, to leave just when everybody's done. We start cleaning up. We just want it to be a family event. Just come out and fellowship, have fun, support your fire department. I mean, it's your building. We're doing this for the community.
And you always have
there.
raffles too. So do y'all have a raffle?
We got the raffles. I almost forgot about that. It's $500 a chance for $500 gift card from Rock House. They're $2 a piece.
Oh, that's a bargain.
So,
and they always support those guys down there. Are really helping.
Rock House has always
department.
Supported us, and every year whether we raffled a gun off or whatever we've done, they've always been there and they give us our best deal, because this is a fundraiser. It's our only fundraiser.
Yeah.
And, we can't make it if we're spending more than we're taking in. So, everybody come out and support us, help us get the funds we need. Last year we had to put a roof on.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't take much to blow through all that money, and
Right.
we keep telling everybody, you still got power bill, you still got internet bill, you
Yeah.
still got all these other bills that you've got to fund yourself. And these particular days that everybody puts together is what helps bring that fire department to your house when you need that. And Saturday from 8 to 2 around, come out there. And I'm telling you, I've never had any bad chicken there. I've tried the fried. I've tried the baked barbecue.
it's the best around.
You will get full. I'll go spend a day up there and then pick up 4 or 5 chickens to take to the house for the kids or me the next day. But it's always great to come up there and hang out with y'all and enjoy the day. And you see everybody. There's always somebody you're going to know that you don't see but this once a year. And we appreciate everything y'all do for the community. And glad that we could kind of help get this out, and now we need y'all's help to go out there and support these guys coming up Saturday.
All right. We got more on the way. Scotty Ray and Odie as we start this day. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Odie. I was trying to track down our, I think I know what the issue is. I ain't going to blame nobody but me.
Well, that's all right. We went to a black screen there for just a minute.
Whoops.
But we're good.
And before I show this next picture, I don't want anybody to think that I am trying to make fun of anyone by any means. But what I'm after is to show you the scene of America. This is just an outlook. Let's go to Portland, Oregon, as we talk about people that have let the laws lapse in the United States. They no longer, you steal something, it's legal up to $1,000. It's okay to smoke marijuana in the middle of the street. Do what you want. Here's a little safe zone. Come on over here and do whatever you want that's illegal right here, and we won't touch you.
Pitch a tent right in the middle of everybody and just live.
It's okay that you're not a legal person in the United States. We'll give you money, as a matter of fact, and we'll pay you. Let me show you the streets of Portland, Oregon, where people are going, I don't want to do business anymore. I'm going to pack up my business and I'm going to go somewhere. And again, before I show this picture, this is not to look down upon anybody. I don't want anybody to misinterpret this, but this is the portrait of America and where it is headed right now. And again, this is from Daily Mail, the shot that they took in Portland.
So here's something that crosses my mind when I see this.
Look at the street, the filth that is laid in there.
And you know, those look like Americans to me.
Yes.
So we have allowed them to be in that shape and live in that kind of filth. But we're letting people that come from another country that don't have anything to give the United States over here, and we provide them with a check, we provide them with school, we provide them with health insurance, but our own American people are living on a street corner just like this, day in and day out.
And
that's just not something.
Odie, this is we're seeing things that are from third world countries, and I'm trying to think of how to word this exactly right. A businessman said that what decided his factor of moving out of there was he looked out his office window and a man was using the bathroom on the street. And I'm not talking that number one business. We're talking and they let this happen. What is becoming of our country? And I'm not trying to get on a soapbox. I've often, it can happen here as it is happening there if you're not careful, I think is what my whole point of all this is.
Well, this didn't just happen overnight.
No, it did not.
And this is going to continue until we as Americans say, I'm tired and I won't change, and we're going to get change right now. You got 535 members that sit around Washington and decide our fate. How many of those have made a life career, 40, 50, 60 years doing this? And I wouldn't have a problem with that if we went from this to where we were. But we went from where we were to this. And we were a thriving country.
Yes.
We were working. We had factories. We produced our own goods. We did everything right here. And now we don't produce anything but more beggars. And that's just not the way we need to go. And it's going to take change at these high levels up there. You take 535 people out and put 535 people in and start fresh. And when you start telling those folks up there that, hey, I control you, and if you don't do what we think is right, we'll tell you to go home and bring somebody else in.
Well, and maybe this has a lot to do with it. As we look at this, the larger cities, as we all know, the higher population you have, the more influence you have, the more people that represent you in Congress. And people have gotten to where they get away from the large cities and they go to the rural route, much like we live in places in portions of Colorado that they've moved out away from these big cities, away from Denver. But you've got all of the folks that, well, vote differently or think different than you in these larger portions that have a larger voice now with more representatives. So what do you do about that?
Well, you know,
I don't have an answer.
California, if you went one man, one vote, California could rule everything in the United States. They'd have enough votes over there to outvote anybody else. And California is just like this.
We've got 6 in Mississippi, and I believe that California got downgraded too, the last one, I think. They had 50, and I think they're at 48, I think now, is what they've got representation.
Well, I mean, those people are leaving California and going to Texas. But here's the problem. They're taking their beliefs that got them in this shape with them to Texas.
It is.
And if you have a problem with the way that's being run, don't take your thoughts with you when you move. You're running away from that stuff. That's right. Leave that behind.
Austin. Who would have thought Texas would have been Austin is not what it used to be.
No.
So we watch this carefully, and the reason I say all this is Odie said it. Vote. It counts. Learn who you're voting for. Don't just walk into a thing and push a button. Make absolutely sure who they are, what they used to vote for, what their thinking is. Check their Facebook page. That normally is a tell-all of what somebody believes.
And if they're sitting here and all they're doing is reading a book to tell you what their thoughts are, I'd look twice. When you get somebody that talks to you eye to eye and doesn't have to have a teleprompter or a piece of paper to tell you their beliefs, then they're more of telling you the truth of how they really feel, because you can't hide that.
That's true.
So 30% of people going to vote, there's a problem. We need to get on up there to 80, 90% of people to go vote.
And that's even here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But those are usually the ones that don't vote are the ones that complain the most in the end. But we want America to stay the way it is. It's a great country. We need some manufacturing back. We don't have the answers to all of this. We just like to bring it to light every once in a while, what's going on in and around the area.
Well, we could fix it.
We could.
Might take us just a few years, but we could fix it. But might not be so many happy people out there.
We'll be right back.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hammond. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Odie as we begin this day. Let's turn back a few years, Odie. Let's go back in time and find out what happened on this date in history. Let's go back and let's start in 1905. This lady am I thinking wrong that as a kid I used to see her on TV talk about the cross your heart, or am I in the wrong, Bazira? Was that Joan Crawford?
Bazira.
Am I right? Didn't she do that? No. That was Russell. I got the women mixed up. That was Jane Russell that used to do that.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Russell's not a woman's name, but okay.
Jane Russell. But Joan Crawford was born on this day. They both started with a J, so I am confused.
Hey,
I'm going to hush.
Close enough. We wasn't born then. That was B.O. and BSR.
She was a great actress, though. She truly was. Let's go back to 1937. You'll remember this. Who watched Rocky? Who didn't like that movie?
Oh, all of them.
The American Dream.
Not the last one. I didn't really care for.
And you really look back at this of Sylvester Stallone. He was trying to make it. He wrote this. A lot of people offered him $40,000, $50,000 for the script. He wouldn't give it up. He was, no, it's mine. I'm going to do it. It got so bad the man had to sell his dog for $50 because he didn't have enough to eat. Look at him now.
Yeah, I mean that has pushed him into some great stardom for himself.
And the dog cost him $5,000 to buy it back after he hit it big. But who remembers this guy?
Hey.
Tony Burton. He was in that. He was one of the trainers there that stood on the sidelines.
You told him to throw the towel.
Yeah, he did do the towel.
That scene.
Man.
Let's see here what else happened on today. And tell me if I'm pronouncing this right. She was a singer, Shaka Khan, am I right?
Yeah.
Beautiful lady. 1953, she was born on this date. What an entertainer she was also. We've got some more entertainers. It would be 1956 that this would come along. It would stay at number one for 10 solid weeks. It had never really been heard of before then because it was so different.
A whole new genre coming out.
Yeah.
Who is this cat?
Rock and roll.
Yeah, if it wasn't for, what's...
Sam?
No, the one that Mama said.
Jerry Lee?
Life is like a box of chocolate.
Oh, Forrest.
If it wasn't for Forrest teaching him how to dance, he wouldn't be anywhere. I saw that on TV.
So it's got to be true.
Got to be true.
Yes, it is. And that old saying, their life is like a box of chocolate. Y'all think about that. There's a lot of truth to that. Because you really don't know till you bite in, do you?
That's exactly it. Well,
everybody's looking for that caramel, and you get that nasty cherry, and you go, ugh.
You didn't know what you got till you got me, did you?
Oh. 1970, this would be the number one song, and it's still number one to this day because there's so many Americans that believe in this, of the subject we were discussing just a few moments ago.
Yeah.
Who remembers the mighty Merle Haggard on this date going number one with The Fight Inside of Me? When you're running down a country house, you're walking on the fight inside of me.
That was story time country music. That was the good stuff.
It was. It was good. Let's see what else happened today, Odie. It's sad. This is bad. This ended today, and it just went to I can't say that word after that. I was going to say a saying, and there's no way to say it without hearing other things in my head.
We don't have a beat button, do we?
No. It all went to the trash can after this, after the Hillbillies went off there. It's 1971, the final show aired today. Buddy Epson and the gang and Jethro and all of those really liked that show.
You couldn't beat it. And always sitting out there at the cement pond.
Making soap, wasn't you? Jed, I bet you could do you a good Jed there.
She was cooking some victuals in them big tubs.
Ellie Mae never did get a boyfriend, did she?
I don't think so.
Did you ever date a woman that had that many critters?
No, thank goodness. I dated a woman that had a lot of cats.
You did? How'd that work out?
We're not together.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Whoop. Now, I never watched this show. It really wasn't my style, but I know there's folks that really got into this back in 1974. It would also end on this date. Anybody ever watch The Partridge Family?
Yeah, that wasn't my cup of tea.
So I'm getting nods all in here. So we all are on the same level. Nope, not our kind of show.
That's why it ended. Now, the Beverly Hillbillies, why they did end,
yeah.
But
Cassidy was like the lead singer there. They had, wasn't that really, let's just back up. Wasn't that Flower Child stuff? Wasn't that?
I think so, because, he was part of the...
hippie movement? That's what I'm thinking.
The Brady Bunch, and, that was the flowery kind of music. I mean, I watched the Brady Bunch.
Right.
Of course, it didn't have it 3 channels, and it was on
You
one.
were after Mrs. Brady. I can see it all in your face there thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
He dumped Marcia for that. I know Marcia. Did you watch the remake of that?
I don't think I did.
You didn't. It's really funny.
I have to go. I watched the remake of Leave It to Beaver.
Was it any good? I didn't see that one.
It wasn't as good as you would hope, but it was still all right. You know, they were all older. Had a lot of the actors from back then from the school in there.
The old Brady Bunch, though, that remake back in about 93, 94, it was hilarious. 1981, this old girl would hit it big. She wrote a song. They made a movie about it. And the next thing you know, the album is number one. It went number one on this date, working 9 to 5.
That was a funny movie.
It was. It was.
Had old dude strapped up that garage door opener.
That was payback for being mean, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And there's always somebody that acts that way. And boy, they sure took care of him.
Yeah.
They put in a daycare and all kinds of other things.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice.
No, he did not. Let's see what else went on, Odie. This was a teetotal flop. There's no other way to put this. They thought it was going to be a big, huge smash, but it didn't work out.
Like what they called jumping the shark. You know, they say that's what happened to Happy Days is when Fonzie jumped the shark. And they said that just kind of hurt that whole show. And
It went down.
Yeah, and this just didn't bloom off of that very well.
That last season, I think, was the very worst of Fonzie, where they had musicals, and I'm like, the Fonz in musicals? It's like, hey.
Yeah.
He's supposed to click, and the girls come running or tap the jukebox. It really took a different twist. But Joni Loves, did you ever watch it?
I didn't watch Joni Loves Chachi.
Okay.
Watched Happy Days a little bit. Didn't have a choice. Arlene had it on.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have TVs all over the house then.
Anybody remember this guy, Jesse? Jesse is a friend. Jesse's got a girl.
Yeah.
And I want to make her mine. He loves it when she starts talking something. I can't remember the rest of it, but he had a big hit today. The album came out, and success hasn't spoiled me yet. I remember seeing this cassette laying on many a truck seat back in the day.
Wow. I remember the song, but...
Don't Talk to Strangers. But by far, Jesse's Girl was his biggest song ever after leaving the soap operas to become part of this.
Well, the Dogs have got it made anyway.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Up with some foo-foo stuff on.
Foo-foo stuff. I can't. Look, y'all, since you went ahead and brought up a dog, I have to say, if you were in the neighborhood, I might have slipped a word that I shouldn't have the other day. Ellie Mae, my little bitty dog, she got out, and I'd go to pick her up, and she'd go another few feet. And then it got to where she'd run over to the mud hole after she just had her bath and jump in and look at me. And I'd go to get her, and I chased her through 4 yards. I was throwing my jacket at her, everything I could try to catch her.
You needed one.
And I lost my religion at one point.
Well, that means you're human.
Angie told me I needed to calm down and stop all that. But Ellie I'm telling you, I'd get right there at her. She's the fastest thing on 4 feet out here in the Bailey area.
And it wouldn't be so bad if you didn't just bathe them.
That's right. Oh, Ellie. Sophie, she can be running 200 miles an hour, and I call her name. She's going to stop and go, what you talking about? You the man with the treat.
That's right. You feed me.
1983, She's Got Legs. She's got more. Anybody remember ZZ? Right. Whoops, 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 whoops. We hit the wrong button, and here we are.
There we go. I went and saw them in concert a couple months ago down on the coast. He's still doing it.
That was an album. Everybody, what all else was on that? Legs and everything else. Sharp Dressed Man, wasn't that along that about that time?
On there.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff.
1985, Billy Joel got lucky as he got
did.
married today. He married Christy Brinkley. And all I can think of when I think of Billy Joel is The Piano Man. I know he had other big hits and
that was a good song.
Still rock and roll to me, but play me a song, I'm the Piano Man. Somebody in the Navy and always will be or something. 2011, we lost a beauty queen. Now, she'd been married about 29 times.
You know, I can't believe it's been that long ago.
It has been, as we lost the great Elizabeth Taylor on this day. She was only 79. I really thought that she was older than that.
She was into everything. You know, she had her perfume line and all kind of stuff. So she was doing well for herself.
She was. Even friends with Michael Jackson. She said it's
Sure
okay.
was,
He climbs trees and talks to animals.
She didn't have nothing to worry about.
No, she did not.
Interested in her.
No, he was not. Out of sequence, but we go back to 1999, and I only know this song because I'd walked into a store and they kept playing it like that was the only CD they had. Mi Vida Loca. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that. Ricky Martin. I only know who Ricky Martin is because one time I was trapped at somebody's house during halftime of the Super Bowl, and it came on, and I thought, ooh, it's time for me to go home.
That's about all the Super Bowls here lately, isn't it?
I'm telling you, those Super Bowl halftimes are just, well, they're not all that in the handbag.
It's time to go cook.
I can't think of one in the last 3 years that I actually understood what they were trying to say.
No,
They speak a different language than me at the Super Bowl.
I set a timer, and I'll be back to watch the rest of the game
15 minutes.
in a little while. Yeah.
We'll be right back. We got so much more to talk about as we continue this morning as we start your Thursday.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As Supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hummon. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
Let's take a minute and talk about our friends out at MCC. As each day we've told you about a new way to start a career and, well, to change your life around and do better for yourself.
Right here in our own hometown, wake up, go to school, get you a brand new lease on life. If you want to do something that makes you feel good, make it better for your family, you can do all this at Meridian Community College. They've got degrees out there with how many of them is 50-something things that they can take and change their lives. And today, associate degree in nursing.
Yeah, that's a big one. And that's one of the biggest industries in our neck of the woods is healthcare.
Yeah. It's, if you look by population and the amount of hospitals that we have one of the largest medical complexes in the Southeast. And a huge part is nursing. And if you want to join that and make your heart feel good, helping others and providing for your family, you can do that right here at MCC.
Long-term care clinics, long-term acute care, and also hospitals. Either way you want to go, they will help you out. Call them today at 484-8728 or just visit them online, MCC. You can find them on Facebook. Lots of places. A career change for you. As we've had our special guest in with us this morning about Martin Day, and we're going to do a test here. As if somebody can't hear somebody, let me know. We're going to do some technical fixing while you talk.
That's right. Now they brought Chief in, and Chief went through. I want to give him an attaboy and congratulations. He went through MCC, and it doesn't seem like it's been that long ago, but
about 7 years, almost 8 years.
Yeah,
now.
Went through, got his EMT, and then went paramedic. And what all did you do?
I went through EMT Basic to begin with, and then enrolled in the paramedic program in 2014 and completed it in 2015. And then worked as a paramedic, EMT and paramedic on the ground for EMS, and then currently fly with the PHI Air Medical in Meridian.
That's what I'm talking about.
So,
man, that's something else.
That helicopter business,
I enjoy it. It's good.
And he did that right here. He didn't have to travel. He did that right here. But today we're here to talk about Martin Day.
Oh, I thought we were back to Al in January. Did y'all say that?
We're moving to July at this point. He said he didn't want January, so.
Dang. I hate that. Al, come on.
We'll keep up with that and keep it going.
It's a good cause for the fire department there.
It's a good sport.
Yeah. So, like we were talking about, what is this money that y'all would be raising with Martin Day? What is the need for that?
Well, that's the biggest thing. We kind of discussed it a while ago is I don't think the general public realizes how much the donations mean to the department. And that's every department, not just ours, but everyone in the county. We just had, I think Rick mentioned it a while ago, we put a roof on the station this year, and that was a chunk of change. And then we bought a set of turnout gear last month. That was almost $4,000. And it's expensive.
Yes.
Everything in the fire service is expensive. It doesn't matter if it's just a pair of boots or it's some hand tools. Anything regarding the fire service is just astronomical when it comes to the price.
Like these shirts that Odie will wear that are fire retardant. Those are $70, $80 a piece
those are
now.
Expensive. That's right. So that's what this goes towards. It goes towards the monthly, utilities that we pay, and then again, equipment or training, anything that's out-of-pocket cost, it comes from donations. And so we do this once a year, and that's how we get it, and that's how we make it throughout that year until the following year. So it's the donors in the community, it makes a huge difference. The support is truly, it's mind-blowing when you sit back at the end of the day and you start looking at who came by and who donated, how many people bought plates or whatever. It'll blow your mind.
Now, Martin is not just Martin. So over at Sukalina, we may have something big and we need help. Martin's coming.
That's right.
We support Martin. Martin supports Bailey. So we all support each other. So we don't want just people from Martin going to support Martin. We want everybody from Lauderdale County going to support Martin.
Right.
Because they support everybody in Lauderdale County. And it takes all of us to come together, and we appreciate everything y'all do and the team that you got together over there.
Appreciate that.
Y'all got a good group of guys, and Rick's always on the go.
Man, he's the backbone.
Something else. Man, he is. Every time I hear something with Martin, there's 6 going. I said, there's Rick.
Him and Al both count as like 4 or 5 people.
I think they race each other. Who wants to get there first? I'm taking that truck today.
And that's what it does take. And, as we all come about this, if somebody's there at Martin Day, they want to really take a step up and become a member. Can they find y'all?
Yeah,
do this?
man, they can catch any of us during the day. Myself or any of the members, and we've got applications there. The county provides training. You can get certified as a volunteer. Level 1 and level 2. You can go through the EMR program. I believe it's taught at Metro. I think I could be wrong on that, but there's so much to do, and a lot of people want to be part of it, and they say, well, I don't want to fight fire, but man, there's a lot to be done. If you don't even want to go on an emergency scene, that's fine. There's still a lot of stuff around the station.
There's a little people that get a little queasy at scenes that
absolutely understandable. There's EMS. Some people like the EMS. They don't like the fire side of it. Some people like just the firefighting and not the EMS side of it. So there's something for everybody, truly. And we have an incredible group of guys and girls that make up the department. And you don't realize how important it is until you need them. And I was on that side of needing them last year.
Yes, you
with
were.
My wife, yeah. And so to pick up the phone and call that number and the cavalry show up, so to speak, it's humbling. It really is. So when you're in need, man, you want the people there to help you. So.
All right. What time does it get underway, Odie? Tell us about what we need to do.
8 o'clock in the morning. So you can stay there till 2. Go shop, look at the cars, get your 50-50 raffle tickets, get your chance to win $500 at the Rock House. Support these guys. Get there a little early to see what's going on, but 8 to 2 this coming Saturday at Martin Fire and Rescue.
All right, we got some more coming up about the local headlines of the community. We'll check those next. to wind you out so you'll know everything that's happened in the last 24 hours. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Nick Lisi. I am owner of Pinch and Tails Crawfish Shack here in Marion, Mississippi. We are located right across the street from the Subway Sandwich Shop, right next to the Little Griddle. If you're a seafood lover, we have the absolute best seafood in town. We carry crawfish, shrimp, lobster tails, raw oysters, snow crab, corn potato sausage, all the fixins. And for all of your special orders and catering needs, please call 601-934-0598. We're located in downtown Marion.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, we'll travel. And you really have to hit these buttons or we don't come back. I got to work on my job over here.
Well, we're keeping you entertained over here.
Boy, talk about entertainment.
Yeah,
we're all excited over this. Mr. Martin calendar, Martin Day Fire Department calendar coming out before long.
Al's trying to figure out if he wants January or June, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
All right,
he's either got to be bundled up or sweaty. We don't know what she's going to do.
And if y'all want to see Al, he'll be at the fire department this weekend. And so, what's the best way to get there? It's going to be at 11677 Newton County Martin Road.
Whoa! Like I know where that is, Odie. You got to give me some trees. Give me directions because I couldn't get there by that.
You go to the four-way stop in Collinsville, heading north.
Okay.
Go straight through it. Take the first right off of Highway 19, by the old post office. Go to the next four-way stop, a couple miles down.
Yeah.
Take a left.
Yeah.
And you'll be right there on the left. Downtown Martin, as Rick said. I like that. We're the old, how do you say it? It's been so long. Schoolhouse. Old store right there at the four-way stop.
You could go up to Newton Martin Road and take a right, couldn't you? What's that road?
Newton County Martin Road.
And that'll run you right dead to it.
And that'll run you into it as well.
You got confused by all those stop signs?
Yeah, Highway 11. I don't know why that come in my head because I'm used to Highway 11.
You got a meeting there today or anything?
Probably.
Okay, I'm just making sure there. Yesterday, I got a note that somebody's truck had caught fire. Now, we've all hauled off our scrap metal and things of that nature, but what happens when you go to the scrap yard to drop something off and your vehicle catches fire? Let's look at this. This happened yesterday. Bless their hearts. This is just, it's bad that something like this could happen. As we look at this, it's burning bad. We don't know what caused the fire. The Meridian Fire Department showed up to put that out, but happened to the poor fella there. And
that's tough.
We've seen this happen all about town. It doesn't matter where you are; it can happen to you. I pulled up at a four-way stop one day, and a guy's car caught on fire. Just that quick.
Scare you to death too.
It sure will. Let's see some other things that have gone on in the community. Don't forget, this is going to be taking place tomorrow. We don't want to leave this out. Officer Croom, the big run that is coming up. The Friday Run for Croom is what this is going to be. Gets underway tomorrow. Hope you can take part of that. That's a nice little thing to remember him by.
Yes, it is.
We'll be having some more information on that also. Let's see, we had some gunshots to mention that happened overnight also. Let's see. Let's start at 36th Avenue. I had reports of gunfire there. No injury or damage. Also had McCraw Road this morning, back where the fireworks used to be, back down in that area there. Some gunshots reported there. No one hurt in either one of these cases. We wanted to point that out. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, as we get caught up on a few things, were busy Sunday night. I don't know if you had a chance to see the story here, but this was what was going on. They went to make a stop, Odie. Guy jumps out and runs. He's very athletic, but not quite good enough to outrun the Sheriff's Department. They did catch him. Then he told a fib and said, well, my name is this. And guess what it wasn't?
It wasn't that, was it?
But as we watched Bonanza, and we found out from Hop Sing that these little things here will get you, and nobody else's is like yours.
You can't change them.
Nope.
This ain't Mission Impossible where you can get you a new one real quick.
And you said it, is it Jaquez? Is that how you pronounce that?
Well, that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay. I don't want to mispronounce someone's name. I'm horrible at that.
Well, it looks like Jacques and a quiz.
Jaquez. So we'll say it quickly and hope we got it right. But he's wanted for murder and kidnapping in a case in Hinds County. He was in jail. He was turned out. And in the file, they forgot to go, Rumpro, he's wanted for something else. Do not release. He was released, and they've been looking for him. He's been transported back, and now will face the charges that are against him.
And he knew that he was getting lucky and somebody didn't catch it.
Yeah, would you open your mouth if you've been in there?
I'd say bye. I'd be gone.
I might have left town.
Quick.
Yeah, bless their hearts. We did have an incident down in Clark County there, a little minor accident here. As we take a look at this, as our friends from Clark County Hot Topics shared that with us. Everything's okay in the end.
Good deal. Good deal.
A quick look around of what's going on in the Meridian area. And there's so much around the state that we're not going to get to today as we run short on time. I do see that they've got a new mascot dog up at Mississippi State. Now, here's where it gets confusing.
Same breed?
Oh, it's the same dog. You wouldn't know that it wasn't. But his name is Dak, after Dak Prescott, but he's being Bully the 15th or something like that.
And I don't know how all that works, but they've got a whole line of these dogs, and it's like 4 of them sitting on go, kind of like the king over there in England. When one goes, the next one's in line, and I think they've got that lined out.
Stand-ins, you might say. Kind of like they do for the president.
That's not the real dog. That's the stand-in dog. But you're going to name him Dak? What was the dog's name?
Dak is all I know, and then he will become Bully it's a bunch of numbers.
Bully, I guess that
Bully
was his
is
name,
what they
Bully.
call him officially, but he was Dak before that. We want to say thank you for dropping by. We'll be back tomorrow morning.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.